Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, you look at your phone and it unlocks. You walk into your office, a camera at the door scans your face and the door opens. You open up your banking app, one glance and you're in. Convenient, right? If I say your face has become the ultimate password, then that won't be an injustice. But here's the scary part. In 2025, a criminal gang in Vietnam used AI generated deepfakes of people faces to bypass bank security and launder $38 million. In Indonesia, a hackers used deepfake photos to fool a bank's biometric system over 1100 times, causing losses estimated at $138 million. Your face is now the key to your entire digital life, but what happens when someone steals it and that's something you can never change? So today we are going to talk about something that touches every one of you, and that is biometric security. And more specifically, facial recognition. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, I use my Face ID every day. It's safe, right? Apple says it's secure, my bank says it's secure, so what's the big deal? And look, biometrics are more secure than password in many ways. The global biometrics market has exploded to $57 billion in 2026. 72% of consumers worldwide now prefer facial recognition over passwords. Even airports are replacing boarding passes with your face. 62% of travelers in 2026 said they prefer biometric screening over traditional checkpoints. But here's something that nobody is telling you. The same AI that is making our life easier is now making it possible to clone your face digitally. And once that happens, unlike a password, you cannot reset your face. So today, I'm going to break down how exactly biometric security works and how attackers are already defeating it and what you can do to protect yourself. Let's get into it. Let me tell you a story. August 2024, Jakarta, Indonesia, one of the country's biggest financial institutions, notices something strange in their mobile banking app. Hundreds of new applications are flowing in, but something doesn't feel right. They call in Group IB, a global cybersecurity firm, to investigate, and what they found out was chilling. And here's how the attack worked. Firstly, the criminals bought stolen ID from the dark web and through malware. Then they used AI deepfake tools to manipulate the photos on these IDs, like changing hairstyles, clothing, small features, just to ensure to create a new looking person. And then finally, they fed these AI generated faces into bank's biometric KYC, know your customer verification system. And guess what? It worked over and over again more than 1100 times. 1100 fake loan applications approved. Using faces that didn't belong to them, using faces that were generated by artificial intelligence, and the estimated financial damage was $138 million. And this isn't some isolated incident. Just a few months later, Vietnamese police arrested a 14-member gang that used AI-generated face scans to launder $38 million through bank accounts. They would recruit people to open accounts, collect 30-second video clips of their faces, and then use those clips to generate deepfakes that could fool the bank's biometric checks remotely. So how does this exactly work? How the systems are getting fooled? Let's break it down. Alright, so point number one, let's first understand what happens when you unlock your phone or verify your identity at the bank. Most biometric systems works in 3 layers. Layer number 1 is capture, where the camera captures your face. Simple. Layer number 2 is liveliness detection. What does it mean? The system checks, is this a real living human or is someone holding up a photo, a video or a mask? This is called a presentation attack detection, or PAD. If you have noticed, some systems ask you to blink, turn your head or smile or prove that you are alive. Layer number 3 is where matching happens, where your captured face is compared against the stored biometric template, the one that you enrolled when you first set up in the system. If it matches above a certain confidence threshold, access is granted. Now, here's the common misconception. People think liveliness detection system is foolproof. It asks me to blink, it asks me to smile. It should be able to tell the difference between fake and real, right? Wrong. That brings us to point number 2. Attackers today aren't holding up photos to cameras like some movie. They are using something far more sophisticated, which is known as digital injection attacks. And here's how it works. The attacker doesn't even need to be in front of the camera. They install the software that creates a virtual camera on the device itself. Instead of real camera feed, this virtual camera plays a pre-recorded deepfake video directly into the verification app. The system thinks it's seeing a live camera feed, but it's actually watching an AI-generated puppet show. And these deepfakes are getting scarily good. The AI can make the face blink, nod, turn, smile, all on command. This can bypass the basic liveliness detection easily. And here's the worst part. You can buy this technology. There's an entire underground economy called deepfake as a service. According to Group IB's research, creating a deepfake image costs as little as $5. If you need a ready-to-use synthetic identity, $15. Face swapping software that can fool banks rented for $1,000 to $10,000. Between 2022 and September 2025, researchers found over 300 posts on Telegram and dark web forums advertising these services. So the question is, if the system can be fooled so easily, are we putting too much trust on our face? That brings us to point number 3. And this is the part that keeps cybersecurity professionals up at night. If your password gets stolen, you can change it, recover it in 30 seconds. If your credit card leaks, then your bank can issue a new one, no big deal. But what happens when your biometric data gets stolen? Your face, your fingerprint, your iris scan get compromised. You cannot reset your face, you cannot get a new fingerprint that is you permanently. And the trust problem is already showing up in the data. In 2024, only 5% of consumers expressed high trust in companies' ability to protect their biometric data, which is down from 28% just 2 years earlier. People are starting to feel it. They know something isn't right, but they just don't know how really bad it actually is. And that brings us to the part that no one is talking about. Gartner, one of the most respected technology research firms in the world, predicted that by 2026, 30% of enterprises will no longer trust face biometrics alone for the identity verifications, just because of the deepfakes. Let me say that again. Nearly 1/3 of the companies are stopping to rely on your face as a proof of identity. The technology that was supposed to be the future of security is already being abandoned by one of the most biggest organizations. And there's another stat that should genuinely shock you. Experts predict that by 2026, up to 90% of the online content could be synthetically generated. That means the internet itself is becoming a hall of mirrors. Nothing you see can be taken at a face value, literally. But I'm real. So what happens if we ignore this? Let me paint 3 scenarios. For individuals, your face is already on dozens of social media websites, CCTV databases, and corporate systems. If that biometric data is breached, and breaches are happening, attackers can use it to access your bank accounts, take loans on your names, or even create a full synthetic identity that exactly looks like you. You cannot change this data because a biometric breach follows you for life. For organizations, companies that rely on facial recognition as an authentication system are essentially building their security on a foundation that's actually crumbling. For society, if we cannot trust the person on a video call is actually real, the person applying for the loan really exists, then that's something we're losing digital trust. But, and this is the important part, it's not all doom and gloom. There are things that you can do right now to protect yourself. Let me give you the playbook. Tip number 1 is never rely on biometrics alone. Always use multi-factor authentication. If you're using your face or fingerprint as your biometrics, then plus it with a strong password. If you're using passkey, then plus it with the authenticator app. Think of it your face as one lock, but why would you secure your house with just one lock when you can have 3? Tip number 2 is limit where you share your biometric data. Not every app deserves access to your face. Before you enable Face ID or face scan for any service, ask yourself, does this company need my biometric data and do I trust them to protect it? If the answer is anything less than absolutely yes, stick with a strong password. Tip number 3 is be careful what you post online. Every selfie, every video, every TikTok and Instagram reel, it's all training data for potential deepfakes. Attackers can create a convincing deepfake from just 1 minute video and a single photo of yours. I'm not saying stop posting, but just be conscious about it. Trust me, the era of seeing is believing is over. I'll be very honest with you. These tips won't make you invincible. No one is invincible online. But they will dramatically reduce the attack surface, and cybersecurity is all about that. If this video make you think differently about how you use biometric security, then please give this video a like and share it with someone who really need to hear this. I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay secure, and take care.